Bet you wish we had one of those in Pakistan, huh?
I gotta admit, that's 60 tons of getting shit done.
Oh, by the way, while you were busy chatting to, well, whoever that is that isn't your wife...
I told you, Andy, she's a journalist. Get to the point.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I assembled the demining drones.
Both of them?
Well, yeah. They're by the van.
All right, got the terminal.
Cool. So just connect it to a drone and, yeah, take control.
You got it?
Looking good.
So, you're gonna want to use the auto hover mode. Switch it on whenever you need to stay in one place.
Auto hover, right.
I'll arm the explosives once you've reached the minefield. Heads up. Enabling charges. Okay, now, the bombs. You only got 4. Release one and it'll drop straight down. Simple physics. If you run out, fly over to the van. There's plenty spare.
Thanks.
Having fun there?
Making things go boom, you know it. These demining charges pack quite a punch. What's in them?
500 grams of Crovex water gel, baby.
I'm out.
Don't sweat it. Steer back on over to the van. I'll rearm you. Safety's on.
Understood.
There you are. Set it down where you started, over by those white containers.
Question. How can I see if I've gotten all the mines?
Your drone's got a dedicated sensor. Get close enough, and it'll detect any nearby explosives. How's it going?
Getting there. Gonna need another resupply.
No problem, Max. Same deal. Seriously? Nathaniel Francis McDade, how big is this minefield?
My mom calls me Francis, Andy.
Yeah, sure thing, Franny Mac. Anyway, you know the drill. Send it back for resupply.
All right, almost done. All right, that's it. What the fuck was that?
Relax, relax. It sounds like it came from the other side of town. You want me to take a look?
No, stay put, I'll go. Yeah, collapsed building, UXO, I bet. Skittish things at the best of times.
Disturbed by your demining activity?
Could be. That's what makes them so damn dangerous. Never know if they're gonna stay unexploded.
The Army's offensive against the town. It seems like, well, a disaster, to be honest.
Yeah, they never imagined the guerrillas would put up a fight, that's for sure. The mines on the road caught them off guard, immobilized their armor. They took heavy casualties from mortar and MG emplacements, too. Some even blamed the Army command. Said they gifted the enemy time to organize.
The leaflets.
Right. It was a tough call. Complying with the laws of war, it's got a price. Hello. How'd you get here?
Another find.
Mm-hmm. Laser designator. Kind of thing special forces would use to call in an airstrike.
Oh, interesting. Actually, the airstrike on the town, the details of that are fuzzy. Do you happen to remember it well? The airstrike, I mean.
Yeah. October 13th. Cluster bomb. Town was shook up pretty bad. The army just wasn't able to capture the place. And Colonel Arcanteros, he did not tolerate failure. So he asked foreign powers to intervene. Come in, break the guerrillas' resolve.
Right. And the evidence in the commission report, doesn't it point to CSAT?
Yeah. But truth can be the first casualty of war.
Sure, but didn't somebody witness them in action?
From a distance, yeah. Though he wasn't exactly what you'd call reliable. Guy was a goat herd. Barely spoke any English.
That was not in the report I read.
It never is. Still, he did say they came down by parachute, and that at least was corroborated by multiple sources.
These operatives, then? They moved in on the castle?
Yep. Must have been a fire team at least.
آرایش ستون بگیر.
The man who claimed to have seen all of this, is there anything else you can tell me about him?
Not much. Like I say, simple goat herd. Lived alone. Small stone shed just north of the castle.
Okay, let's get back to CSAT. What were they doing there, on Altis, at this time?
They were an embedded training team, ETT. Officially, they were just there to oversee counterinsurgency operations.
And unofficially?
Anyone's guess. A lot of different rumors. Black sites, car bombs, false flags.
درگیری خمپاره 200 متر در جلو درگیری خمپاره 100 متر جلوتر
درگیری تیرانداز 75 متر در جلو.
درگیری مسلسلچی هدف رو میبینم
آرایش خطی بگیر.
درگیری مسلسلچی درگیری تیرانداز
هدف مسلسلچی جلو. سربازها به میل خودتون شلیک کنید.
The guerrillas were taken out, one by one.
زدمش. شلیک نکنید. آرایش ستون بگیر.
درگیری مسلسلچی 100 متر سمت راست ما. هدف رو میبینم. آماده شلیکم. درگیری مسلسلچی 100 متر پهلوی راست.
Things kicked off. There was a short burst of panicked radio chatter.
سربازها به میل خودتون شلیک کنین. خطر.
برخورد تفنگدار. برخورد سرباز.
Then, silence. If we're to believe the goat herd, they then set up a position on the battlements, moved to a vantage point on the castle's outer wall.
Okay, according to my notes, several targets were identified from afar, presumably by these special forces at the castle. Once they had a handle on what was what, they called it in. A jet approached from the east and dropped a single bomb. The positions in the town were then destroyed, but the church and IDAP's camps were left untouched. Does that match up with events as they were given to you?
Yeah, though to manage a guided strike like that, they must have had thermal imaging. Barricade was damaged, but it held together. The house/fortress where Alexis lived was a key target. Atop of the water tower, the guerrillas had a sniper's nest.
Did IDAP have any workers operating outside the camp?
One of our doctors. he'd gone out with medical supplies despite the fighting. Three armed off-roads were destroyed in the attack.
دشمن دیده شد. هدف ناشناس. 600 متر. سمت 210.
A machine gunner had climbed up onto one of the rooftops.
So, IDAP's camp, there weren't any injuries?
No, a miracle, really. Although if we hadn't relocated to the church when we did, it would have been a different story.
درگیری. هدف ناشناس. نیم کیلومتر. سمت 210.
There was a beautiful oak tree here, over 300 years old. It had survived countless conflicts.
درخواست حمله هوایی به موقعیت فرستاده شد. تمام.
Copy that. Strike aircraft on the way. Out.
Do you know why the government signed off on such a heavy-handed response? A cluster bomb? That's rather indiscriminate. Even if it was laser-guided.
Sure, I mean, with a designator, you just switch it on, aim it at, well, whatever. The idea is that you remain in place, keep the laser on target. But even if it's done perfectly, a lot of uncontrolled variables.
دشمن دیده شد. هدف ناشناس. 600 متر. جنوب غرب.
By all accounts, the town just seemed to explode. Buildings were burning for days.
And this spotter, he just disappeared.
Yeah. Last seen leaving the castle, heading west.
Let's talk about IDAP's doctor. You said he was on his way to the church. Did he make it there?
I'm afraid not. He was close. A minute later, he'd probably have made it.
عقب بشینی.
فهمیدم.
I can certainly say the devastation was severe. Dozens killed, combatants and non-combatants alike. The guerrillas, they were in total disarray. Many fled, retreating to the mountains. And IDAP, we did what we could, but there were so many wounded, so many we'd never be able to identify.
Nathan?
No, I'm still here. I just need to grab something real quick. This'll only take a sec.
سوار شو.
شنیدم.
I understand that CSAT denied any involvement.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe with good reason.
Oh?
Look, I don't know. There were shell casings found at the castle. NATO mil-spec.
Okay, so then either they were supplying the guerrillas or...
Or they were there. Maybe trying to win back the government support. Maybe...
What?
I don't know.